The mirror in room 306. It was a cold, rainy evening when Maya checked into the Evergreen Hotel, an old, almost forgotten building nestled on the outskirts of town. Exhausted from her long drive, she barely noticed the receptionist's strange reluctance as he handed her the key to room 306. Maya, is something wrong? The receptionist hesitated, his eyes darting to the floor. Receptionist? No, nothing. Enjoy your stay. Maya dismissed the odd interaction and made her way up the creaky stairs. Room 306 was at the end of a dimly lit hallway. The brass doorknob was cold to the touch, and as she entered, the scent of damp wood and mildew greeted her. The room was simple: bed, dresser, desk. But what caught her attention was the massive antique mirror mounted on the wall opposite the bed. Its ornate frame was covered in swirling carvings of vines and roses, though many of the details seemed to have been weathered away by time. The glass itself was flawless, unnaturally clear, almost as if it were newly polished. As Maya unpacked her things, she couldn't shake the uneasy feeling the mirror gave her. It seemed to draw her gaze, the reflection unnervingly sharp, almost too real. She shrugged off the discomfort and decided to shower before bed. While brushing her teeth, she noticed something odd in the bathroom mirror, a faint red smudge on her cheek. She rubbed at it, but it wouldn't come off. Confused, she glanced back at the large mirror in the bedroom. Her reflection there showed no smudge at all. Maya laughed nervously. Maya, I must be more tired than I thought. That night, she dreamt of a woman in a long, tattered white dress standing before the antique mirror. Her face was pale, and her hollow eyes seemed to radiate sorrow. The woman's lips moved silently, but no sound came out. As Maya stepped closer in her dream, the woman's expression shifted from sadness to rage. Her hand reached out, through the mirror. Maya jolted awake, drenched in sweat. The room was eerily quiet except for the faint sound of water dripping. She turned toward the mirror. Her reflection was there, but something was wrong. Her reflection was smiling, and she wasn't. Frightened, Maya turned the mirror to face the wall and crawled back into bed, but sleep wouldn't come. A few hours later, a faint scratching sound woke her. It was coming from the mirror. Her heart pounded as she crept toward it. She placed her ear to the back of the frame, holding her breath. The scratching stopped. She stepped back, and suddenly the mirror fell forward, crashing onto the floor. The glass didn't shatter but seemed to ripple, as though it were water. Panicking, Maya grabbed her phone to call for help. No signal. She turned toward the door, but her escape was cut short by a shadowy figure standing just inside the room. The figure stepped closer, a pale woman in a tattered dress, her hollow eyes fixed on Maya. The same woman from her dream, Ghost Woman. You turned me away. Now it's your turn. Maya screamed as the woman lunged. Everything went black. The next morning, the hotel's housekeeping staff knocked on the door to room 306, but received no answer. When they unlocked the door, the room was empty except for Maya's belongings and the shattered pieces of the antique mirror. The police were called, but no trace of Maya was ever found. The mirror, however, was restored to its place on the wall, and room 306 remains open for guests. But every so often, late at night, guests report seeing a faint figure in the mirror, a woman in white, standing silently, her hollow eyes watching. And sometimes, just sometimes, she smiles.